Hello everyone, welcome to some online yoga. I'm just going to do a gentle flow and we'll do some of our usual stuff if you come to my classes. So we're going to start on the mat, sitting down in Sukhasana and go from there. So you can come to Sukhasana, just a gentle cross-legged sitting pose, those of you who are not familiar, or if it's more comfortable for you and it's okay on the knees, you can sit in your half lotus. I want you just to sit up nice and tall, round your shoulders down the back and place your hands on your knees. And we're just going to start with a little bit of gentle breathing. So we're going to start with inhaling through the nose for the count of 4. And then once you've brought all the breath down to the bottom of the belly, we're going to hold for 4. And then exhale through the mouth for the count of 6. And just do 3 rounds of that in your own time. So inhaling for 4 all the way down to the bottom of the breath, holding for 4, so retain the breath, and then you're going to exhale out of the mouth for the count of 6. And then I want you to sit up nice and tall. Feel as if you're being pulled through the crown of the head, placing the sit bones down onto the mat. If you've got any fleshy parts, just remove them out the way and sitting equally on your sit bones. We're going to take the left hand to the floor. We're going to raise the right hand up above and we're going to reach to the left hand side. So you're going to feel a nice stretch all through the obliques on the right hand side here. And on an exhale, maybe you can sink a little lower. Don't let the sit bones come up off the floor. If they do, then just go back a little bit. So on your exhale, we're reaching, maybe sinking a little lower, getting a nice deep stretch all the way through the right hand side. We're going to lift up the left arm, reach to the right hand side of the room. And again, don't let the sit bones come up off the floor. Breathing in, and on your exhale, maybe sink a little lower. Coming back up to center, we're going to take our right hand, place it on our left knee, sweep this left hand behind us, let it rest on the mat just by your tailbone, and then you're going to use this hand as an anchor to twist you into a seated twist, taking your gaze over your left shoulder. Find 3 deep breaths. Trying here to rotate from the thoracic spine, so this part of the spine that's all through the ribs, you're twisting the whole thoracic cage all the way around to the left hand side. And then coming to center, we take it the other way, left hand to right knee, sweep the right hand round behind you, sit up nice and tall, and then using this hand as an anchor, pull you into the twist, twisting and taking your gaze over your right shoulder. Take 3 lovely deep breaths for me. And then coming to center, let's just warm up the neck and shoulders a little bit. You can take your left ear and drop it to your left shoulder. So you get a nice stretch all the way through the right hand side of this neck. Take a couple of breaths. Coming up to center, drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Placing the hands out in front of you, we're going to take Garudasana arms or eagle arms. So we're going to cross those arms at the elbows, bring them up towards the face, and you can either have your palms back to back, or you can bring the palms together. Once you've found this shape, the tabletop. So we're going to come up onto our hands and knees. As we come up onto our hands and knees, we want to make sure that everything's stacked. That your wrists are underneath your elbows, elbows underneath your shoulders, fingers are spread nice and wide like furry fingers. Pressing the tips of your fingers into the mat, protecting the wrists. And the same with the hips, make sure that the knees are underneath the hips. Nice neutral spine. And you're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. And then on an exhale, bring the chin chin to your chest, arching the spine up towards the ceiling. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, arch into the spine, taking it up towards the ceiling. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, chin to chest, arch the spine upward towards the ceiling. And we're going to take a figure 8. So we're going to bring our left glute back towards our left heel, and over to the right, and then we're going to come up over the wrists, over the right wrist, back to the left heel, right heel, and making this lovely infinity sign or figure 8. And you can kind of just flow through this little movement, and if somewhere feels particularly stiff, you can kind of linger there and just kind of work your way through this figure 8 as slowly and methodically as you like. Coming back to center, we're going to take striking tiger. So we're going to reach out the left foot and flex into the ankle, so you're bringing the toes down towards the floor, and then you're going to reach out the right hand, and we're going to hold for 3, 2, 1, and bring the elbow and the knee together, and then reach them out. Bring them in together, and then reach them out. Bring them in together, reaching them out. We'll take it on the other side. Left hand, right foot. Flex into that right ankle. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Bring them in, send it out. Hug them in, send it out. Hug them in, send it out. Come back to your tabletop. Left foot is going to reach up now towards the ceiling. You might want to push the right hand further off the mat so you can get balance, and see if you can reach back and get a hold of your left foot. If you can't, just work on lifting that back leg and stay in your tabletop. But if you can, and if it's accessible, then reach hold of that left foot and then pressing it away from you, bringing some space between the shoulders. Bringing that left foot down, and take it on the other side. Maybe you can reach and get a hold of that right foot. See if you can hold for 3, 2, 1. Coming back down. Big toes together, open the knees, slide to the mat. Press your bottom back to your heels, drop your forehead down to the floor, and walk your fingers away. Take 3 breaths here. Looking to the hands, coming back up through your tabletop, walk up to standing. So we're going to come to mountain. So we're going to stand with the palms facing forwards, nice straight spine, gazing ahead. On an inhale, take the hands up above the head. On an exhale, bring them through heart center, coming all the way down, folding over our feet, dropping the hands to the floor and dropping the head. If you can't reach the floor, don't worry, just take a micro bend in the knees and drop the head down. On an inhale, come up, bringing the hands to the shins, gazing ahead, nice flat back. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor, step back with the left, followed by the right, come to plank. You can modify this and bring your knees down if you need to. Otherwise, we're up here, we're pressing the heels to the back of the room. Bring the elbows in to hug the ribs as you come down through your chaturanga. Press the toes, lift the hips, take your up dog. Inhale, exhale, tuck your toes, lift the hips, and just pedal out the backs of the legs in case those legs are a bit tight. And then come to a neutral position in your down dog. Bring the ears between the shoulders, lifting the hips. If the heels don't reach the floor again, just take a micro bend in the knees, keeping the spine nice and straight. Look to the hands. You can either walk back up to your forward fold, or you can take a little spring hop up, folding over your feet before you slowly rise back up to mountain. Take that all again. Inhale, take the arms up ahead. Exhale through heart center, down to the floor, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, step back to plank, modified plank. Hug the elbows in, coming down through your chaturanga, press the toes, lift the hips, take your up dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, take your down dog. Take a few breaths here. Bring your right foot into the center of the mat. So if you've got a line, just take it to the line. And you're going to sweep up your left leg behind you, taking a three-leg dog. Looking to the hands, we're going to then bend that extended leg and take it to the right-hand side of the rib. Getting a stretch all the way through the left-hand side of the ribs. Square the hips, come back through center. Bring your nose and your knee to kiss and step up into a lunge and rise up to your warrior one. So warrior one, you want to make sure your knees above your ankle, the back foot's at 45 degrees, hips are facing towards the front of the room, and your hands are up ahead, gaze or drishti to the thumbs. Inhale, on an exhale we're going to open those arms and turn this into warrior two. Gazing over your front fingers, flip this front palm. Your back hand comes to the back of your thigh. Your left hand goes up ahead, or you can overextend it, reaching back. Back through your warrior two. And then this left arm is going to come and rest itself on your front thigh. So you might want to reposition your foot. And then from here, you're going to take your right arm to the sky. Gentle twist. And then like a clock hand, reach it towards the front of the room. Windmill the hands down, either side of your left foot, step back to plank. And then we're going to take a chaturanga, so coming down, press the toes, lift the hips, take a nice deep inhale. Tuck the toes, lift your hips, take it back to down dog. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to bring this time the left foot more into the center of the mat as we sweep up the right leg behind us. Bend it and take it to the left hand side. Square the hips. Bring that knee and nose together to kiss. As you come through to your lunge, swivel your back foot to 45 degrees. Coming up, taking warrior one on the other side. Turn it into warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. And then I call this the butler in class, where you're bringing your tray of delicious goodies. And then we're going to take the left hand up towards the ceiling. Drishti to your thumb or to the floor. And then reach that left hand towards the front of the room. Lovely. We'll come to a couple of standing poses. So these are balancing poses or your standing sequences. We'll take tree. So we're going to stand and ground into the left foot. And you have a few options here. You can externally rotate this knee and bring your ankle to your heel. Or you can bring it to the shin, not the knee. Or if it's accessible to you, on the inside edge of your left thigh. And then we're going to bring our hands to heart center. And we're just going to focus. We're going to gaze at something ahead, find your drishti. And then maybe the hands can come up ahead. Open the branches nice and wide. All the way around, back to your heart center. Close off that knee and stand back. Have a little wiggle. Grounding into the right leg this time. Left heel, left ankle. Right ankle. Shin or inside edge of your right thigh. Bring your hands to heart center. Find your balance. And then take the hands up ahead. Opening up the arms nice and wide. Nice big circle. Back to heart center. Close off that leg and then bringing it back down. Similar, we're still going to be working into the hips. So we're going to ground into the left leg, and you have options here too. You can just hold your right thigh like so. So you might find that that's enough for you, and that's comfortable, and that's as far as you want to go. Or you can remove the hands and use your mobility just to hold yourself in place here. Or if it's accessible to you and you can reach your big toe, you're going to reach a hold of your big toe on the inside edge of your right knee, and maybe you can stretch it out in front of you. And then take your left hand out to the side and hold for 3, 2, 1. And then if you can, you're going to take it out to the side. So if you took the holding option, same thing applies, you're just taking the knee to the side, holding for 3, 2, 1, and bringing it back down. Have a little wiggle of those hips. And then we'll take it the other way. So we're going to ground into the right leg. Option 1, option 2, or option 3. Reaching out that leg in front of you. Maybe the right hand to come out to the side. And then take it out. Bringing it back. Lovely. Let's just take a stretch. Take your gaze to your thumbs, reach to the ceiling. Nice big inhale, and bring your hands back down through heart center. We'll take eagle. So options for eagle, we're going to ground into the left leg. Option 1, you can just cross at the ankles. Option 2, you're bending your grounding leg and you're hooking your right foot on the back of your calf muscle. And as we did in seated, we're going to take the hands, cross them at the elbows, back to back, palm to palm. Then see if you can fold in on yourself, making a nice curled up ball. Think of yourself as this is your beak. And you're going to fold into that without falling over. And then slowly coming back out. Uncurl yourself, take it the other way. So the opposite leg, tuck it the other way. Opposite hands, and again you're folding, almost like you're going to sit on the back of your legs. And then holding for 3, 2, 1, uncurling, coming out. Take a nice deep inhale, you stretch up ahead. Again, bring those hands through heart center. And we're going to come down to the mat. We're going to extend out the legs in front of us, flexing into the ankles. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. Inhale as we take our arms up ahead and just fold towards our feet. We might just land on our calf or on our shins here. Or if you feel you can stretch a little further, coming down into that forward fold. So you're reaching for the feet, dropping the head. Let everything hang heavy. And as you come up, I want you to bring with it your right knee. So bringing it up. And then you're going to take your right hand on the inside edge of this right knee. And you can either just place it to the floor and take a twist. Or if it's accessible, you're going to bring your tricep to the front of your right knee, taking it backwards, and then maybe you can reach this left hand around and get a hold, and then you're taking your gaze over your left shoulder. Take that twist and breathe for 3, 2, 1, and then coming out of that pose, we do the same thing on the other leg. So left leg comes up, we sit up nice and tall. Option 1, you can just bring your left hand to the floor and twist into this position. Or again, if that bind is accessible, tricep to the front of the leg, sweep the right hand back. Again, taking the gaze over the right shoulder. Uncurling. Slowly roll down onto your backs. Taking the soles of the feet to the floor. We're going to lift the hips and take bridge pose. The hands, palms facing down onto the mat as you lift the hips. And just take 3 nice deep breaths. Bring the hips down to the floor. Put the right leg over the left leg. You're going to interlace the hands in between and take it to the back of the left side. Drop that leg back down and then draw your thigh towards your ribs. Hopefully getting a nice deep stretch on the right leg or the top leg. Find 3 nice deep breaths here. Get the left leg, hook it over the right, interlace the hands behind the back of the right thigh, drop that leg back down, draw that thigh towards you. Hopefully feeling the stretch through the left hip. And then releasing that off. You can drop the legs down completely. And take your palms facing up this time. If you have an eye pillow and you want to grab that, grab your eye pillow or a blanket. And we're just going to rest here. Unfortunately, I'm not with you to come and give you your essential oils and optional temple massage, but you can just pop some essential oils on your wrist if you wish. And we're just going to lie here for 5 lovely minutes. So I'm going to leave you here. And I just encourage you to relax, don't move, come back to that deep breathing that we began with. And hope you enjoyed.